You know what really grinds my gears? It's articles like this. So this article came up today at our finance forum. This was brought to my attention that if you buy now, it can take 13 and a half years profit to make a profit on your home sale. And I'm like, huh? I couldn't even understand how that was possible. So I got home. First thing I did is cranked up the old Google Chrome and was like, all right, let me see what they're talking about. And here we are, 3% down payment, 13 years and 6 months, 5% down payment, 13 years and 3 months, 12 years, 7 months, 11 years and 3 months to turn a profit. And they said this is the worst metro in the country. It's going to take you 23 years to turn a profit in Cleveland, Ohio with a 5% down payment. This is the worst place in America. Now, best place in America, San Jose, Silicon Valley, my neck of the woods, 7 years. I'm like, huh? And I went through this article and I couldn't quite figure out where these people learned how to math. Okay, so I decided let's just figure it out. Let's do the math and just see if we can help Nicole out here. So I'm going to do a buy versus rent comparison, and I'm going to do Cleveland, Ohio. I'm not going to pick San Jose. I'm going to pick Cleveland, Ohio, the worst place in America. I don't believe that. Cleveland Browns just beat the 49ers. Shout out to you. Just hired Stephen Vogt as your manager for the Guardians. Good. So Cleveland, Ohio. And I said, okay, let's Google. The median sales price in Cleveland, Ohio is $126,000. Okay, $126,000. That's going to be our purchase price. All right, what do we got? So let's look at renting. Okay, let's compare renting. The average rent for an apartment, not a house, an apartment in Cleveland, Ohio is $1,322. That's, again, Google. This isn't me. This is just Google. $1,322. Okay. Renter's insurance, $18 a month if you want to insure your stuff. The average annual rent increase in Cuyahoga, I think, county, is 3%. Now, that's less than the average rent renewal rate in national average, but we'll use 3%. All right. So we have our $126,000 median sales price. Okay. Now let's talk about property taxes. The average property tax here in Cuyahoga County, God, if I'm saying that wrong, I'm going to get shredded. 1.93%. Okay, so let's change that not to 1.93. Cool. Let's see what the average homeowner's insurance cost is in Cleveland, Ohio. It's $103 a month. Okay. We got a 2% annual property tax increase. We'll assume $52 a month for repairs, 6% to sell it down the road. And let's do our loan amount. They used 5% down, so we'll use 5% down, $119,700. Conventional average rates are around 7.5, but let's say 8. Let's just say 8. Mortgage insurance. You got a 720 to 739 credit score, so that's about average. So we'll call it $66 a month in mortgage insurance, and let's do 3% for closing costs, just because that's what they did in the article. That's $3,780 up front. The average time to sell your home, according to the National Association of Realtors, is 9 years. In Cuyahoga County, the 63-year average for homeowners for home appreciation, just under 3%. That's much less than the normal 4.5%, 5% in the country. But again, let's be conservative. We're taking the worst possible place in the country, and we're going to use the historical rate. And we'll say we've got a single person since we're looking at an apartment. All right, so let's talk about where we're at. Buying year one with 5% down, 8% interest rates, $878. Property tax, $372. Maintenance and repairs, $52. 8% interest rates, including taxes and insurance, your monthly payment, $1,302. Versus the average rent payment of $1,322. $18 for rental insurance. So it's $38 more to rent than it is to buy. Just using Google here. Okay, just using Google. 8% interest rates, highest interest rates in 25 years. Nobody's seen it. Ruh-roh. And yet it's still more expensive on a month-to-month basis to rent. But the real question was, how long will it take to turn a profit? Okay, let's follow that. So over the 9-year period that you're going to own the home, on average, again, 9 years, over that 9 years, based on the historical rate of appreciation, 9 years later, your $126,000 house is going to be worth $164,000. While at the same time, you will have paid your loan balance down another $12,600. While at the same time, your cash flow, you are $21,000 to the good, because again, remember, your rent went from $1,340 to $1,380 to $1,422. That's again based on the average increase in rent in Cleveland, Ohio over time. Your mortgage payment, even at that crappy 8% interest rate, fixed. So you save $21,000 compared to renting on a month-to-month basis. You've gained $38,000 in appreciation. You've paid your loan down by almost $13,000. Now, what, Jason, it's going to cost me money to sell it from a realtor. You're right, 6% paying both realtors. It's going to cost you about 10 grand. There's no real tax benefit based on the income level in this particular situation, so we'll set that aside for the moment. So let's hit the button. Let's see what's going to happen. How long is it going to take? Zillow says 22 years. Yeah, less than 3 years. Okay, you're gonna be down 6,300 in year one. You're gonna be down just under 100 or under 1,000 at the end of year two, and then we start turning a profit. Profit. Not 22 years, 2. I don't understand the math, guys. Their own forecast. Like the only thing I can think is they're going to say, well, if I live with my mom. Yeah, if you live with your mom for the next 22 years and pay no rent and don't start a family, okay, then yeah, I guess you could live there rent-free with your mom. Most people aren't doing that, okay? At least they're getting an apartment, which that apartment is even more expensive than the median sales price. I don't. Zillow, you guys are killing me. Learn how to math.